Hi, welcome to Sass of Sabrina. This is the channel where I usually try one new thing a week and post however it turns out. This week, a little busy, a little tired, and a little lazy, and I didn't try something new. So I thought I'd share a funny story of something that recently happened. I'm going to be telling small little details that make the story make sense in the end. So my truck needed to go to my mechanic. I've gone to the same mechanic for years. He's a super nice guy. I usually drive the truck down, walk back up, and then when I need to go pick it up, I usually give myself lots of time, walk back down and then drive. I called 2 weeks in advance for this appointment. Really needed a specific day type thing. I arrive right when they open, like I was supposed to, and he's kind of looking at me like I have 3 eyes. And as soon as I said the name and the vehicle, it like jogged his memory that yes, I did call, and I did have an appointment, but he literally forgot to write my name and my truck down in his appointment book. So this was a Friday, they wanted to leave early. It was a beautiful weekend. They had a shop full of people and he really did not expect my vehicle to be added to his day. I don't think they left early at all that day. I got my vehicle around 3 and they were still there. They usually close at around 4 or 5. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. So talk about what's wrong. I ask what time they're closing that day so I know to go back down and pick it up on time. And he said as soon as possible. So it's like, oh, okay. And then I leave, I go about my day. Throughout the whole day, I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's single. And then I like take the rest of the day to pump myself up, to actually muster up the courage to ask him if he's single. It was like around 2 o'clock, I hadn't heard from him. So I'm like, okay, I have time now. I'll just walk down and wait. If he calls me on the way down, then that's perfect, but I'll just go sit in the waiting room and I'm happy just waiting. I go in, the door was open, propped open. I go in and here's the waiting room, here's the bays, the 3 bays for the vehicle, here's their office, and there's a door to go into the bays, and then there's a door to go into their office, and then there's a door to go to the bays again, and then to out, and then the big garage doors. So I come in and I sit and he's at the first bay there. Red Hot Chili Peppers song comes on and he starts singing and he's just like totally like chilling and everything was awesome. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ask him if he's single. He sees me and he comes out and he comes around the office and he pulls out all my parts of like what was wrong with my truck and he goes over absolutely everything. And then he told me where it was in the back and he was still listening to it run because of what was wrong. It was weird and anyway, blah, blah, blah. He goes like this and his hands are covered in grease and he's like, but I have not done your bill and I don't want to do your bill because I don't know if it's fixed. So, and I don't want to do the warranty because that'll start once it's filed and then if it's not fixed, then that warranty will be null and void. So he's like, well, if you're comfortable, come around here into his office area and through the back. And if you're comfortable, back up your truck. And if you're comfortable, drive around all weekend and tell me if you still hear the squeak that you were hearing. And we'll settle up on Monday. If it's broken, come back. If it's fixed, then we'll settle up the bill. I was like, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. And then I'm coming back through his little office area and I'm like, wait, are you comfortable with that? And he is he is like 6'4", 6'6", or something like that, broad shoulders, just a sweet guy. So he's like, yeah, I'm comfortable with that. And we kind of like switch positions so that I'm ahead of him and he's behind me now. And I'm like, do you have my information? And because this is just weird. I'm just driving away, not paying a bill. And then he starts laughing and he's like, yes, I have your information. So we're in this like weird little doorway area and I just kind of turn around and he's like right there. And I was just like, oh, I'm like, are you single? And this reaction is priceless. So his face like grew like literally like 2 inches and he's like, no, like slow motion, everything like that. It's so blank, like I've never seen anyone's face do this before. It was the funniest thing. Like it was a strange reaction. I almost started to laugh, but then that wouldn't have been nice. And part of me was like embarrassed. And then I was just like, okay, so see you on I'll talk to you on Monday. I totally just like hightailed it. I hightailed it so bad that I like cranked my truck steering wheel. It totally went like, as I was backing up. And oh my God, it was so funny. So I leave and I text my friends and I'm like, okay, so I just asked my mechanic if he was single, and this was his response. And his face, I've never seen anyone's face so blank and so long before. I'm like, I either shocked him, flattered him, or disgusted him. so funny, even to this day. I can't even tell the story without laughing. It's so fun. And Monday rolls around and I call and I was just like, yeah, need to settle up my bill at Sabrina for the Silverado. And then he, like right off the hop, he's just like, oh, is it squeaking? And I'm like, no. And so he was, again, super nice, super amazing. And then, so I settled up the bill and he said he would email me the receipt, but he didn't. And then the week passed. So the following Friday of dropping it off, I went to the shop to pick up my receipt because I like having that information. And as soon as I walk in and as soon as he sees me, he does one of like these like head back tilt, like he's in shock type of thing. So I was just like, oh my God. So that was actually my first time asking a person if they were single in like 15 years. And that's how it went. And I hope I made you laugh. Obviously, I don't mind sharing stories like that. I literally just want to inspire people to try something new and have you laugh. Thank you very much for watching my video.